Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Art Whisper 88. Now this is of cardstock, or you can call this Bristol plate, which you can buy from any office supply or art supply. And I find this very useful because it's nice and thick. This makes a nice stencil. It can be reused, I'd say a couple of times. It's not washable, but to me that's an asset. I don't need to wash it. So I'm making some shapes again. These are organic shapes. Then I already have this one from last time. Another organic shape. And it's not really supposed to represent anything. It's just a purely graphic device. So what I'm going to do is cut this out. And by doing so, I create a positive shape. This is the positive shape and a negative shape. So I'm going to use the negative shapes first. Like so. Just make sure this lays flat on the plate. Now the plate is naturally sticky, so I'm taking advantage of that. Okay, so these are the negative shapes, and then I will use let me just push this up. Now here are some of my reusable stencils. I'm just putting these aside in case I need them. Now, these are the ones that are washable. So let me just adjust this to fit the camera frame. Okay. So I'm going to do a dark color first. I will mix some this is Mars Black. There's really not much left. And some turquoise. Now this is labeled as turquoise, but it's really phthalo green, as you will see in a moment. And since there are a lot of closed areas, I'm going to use a brush. going to start with the green. Now I deliberately did not clean this completely from the last printing because I want the leftover paint to kind of mix in with the image. So this is really a very dark mixture. So my plan is to do a contrast between the dark areas and the light areas. Okay, just getting rid of the high spots. Okay. I'm just going to use my stick. I call it my magic wand. Make some marks here. Scribble marks just to add some extra texture. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry slightly with my ceiling fan, and I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, this is a little bit dry. I'd say 50% dry. Now, these are at the end of their lifespan, and I want to make use of every little drop because I hate to waste good paint. Well, this is very good paint, and there's still a few drops left. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this open. So you see how much paint is left in there. Now I can squeeze all I want. It's going to be very difficult, but this way it's easier to get into the leftovers. So I have here like a silicone spatula, and I can like get all the little last remains of the paint. It's quite a bit. Okay, still a lot, but I'm going to leave that for another use. The same with this Naples yellow. I'm going to cut this open. See, there's quite a bit left. It's just like scooping the last remains of peanut butter from your jar. Or you can use a plastic fork that will work just as well. I mean, not a fork, a knife. It's quite a bit. Okay. It's a little messy, but I think it's worth it. Let me just clean my hands and roll this out very carefully. I'm just applying very little pressure on the second layer because I don't want to disturb the first layer too much. And I'm alternating vertical and horizontal strokes. Now this paint application is quite heavy, so I think it's going to produce a very nice ghost print, hopefully. Let me just clean out the edges a little bit. Again, I'm using my Richardson watercolor paper. This is 135-pound cold press. And I'm just applying an even, firm pressure to make sure there's proper contact between the paper and the paint. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now in the meantime, I have some more wonderful submissions from viewers from all over. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that short intermission. It's a wide range of styles. Let's see how we made out here. Very bold. Pretty cool. Okay, now since the plate is still very wet, I'm not going to set this down. I don't want the back side to get soiled. But I will air dry this and figure out the next step. Okay, I still have a little Naples yellow here. I'm going to see if I can pick the rest of this up. Okay, I think that's as much as I can get out of the tube. Now I'm going to use green gold as a filler. Let's see how this works out. Okay, going to leave this for another 5-6 minutes. Okay, let's see how we made out here. It's been about 6 minutes. I just hope the paper doesn't tear on me. I think it's a decent transfer. I think this makes a nice background for collage. Very cool. Very spring-like colors. So I will air dry this and figure out the next step. Okay, I decided I want to add another layer. So I put my reusable stencils on here, and this one is a reused stencil from the last printing session. Now I want to add another shape here. Go like that. Like so. Now, what I want to do is, for the sake of color harmony, this is turquoise. I'm going to mix this with some iridescent white. I'm just going to reuse this tub. This is dry, so it's going to be okay. result is a very beautiful iridescent green. I'm just going to add a little fluid matte medium just to loosen it up. Maybe like a teaspoon. Now the advantage of this reusable stencil, since it's made of plastic, it clings to the plate really tightly, so I don't need to be worried that it will move while I'm applying the paint. So each material has its advantages and disadvantages. Okay. Just do a little cleanup. Okay, so here is the first pool. Now I'm applying a good firm pressure. Okay, let's see how we made out here. It really adds a lot of interest to the print. Okay, pretty cool. Check this out. And I love the iridescence of the blue. It's like a blue-green. And the colors play against each other. So let me air dry this and move on to the next one. Okay, this is the second pool. I think it will benefit from some collage. Okay, this time I'm going to use matte medium as my glue. I'll start with the small pieces. Okay, everybody, here's the last leg of this journey. After so many layers, now here is the first piece. I really like the color interaction of this piece with the iridescent blue-green against the vermilion and yellow. Very vibrant. And I'm glad that the brush strokes show up. Gives it a lot of movement. And the 3D textures are a bonus. Now as I shift the angle of the paper, you can see the iridescent quality of the paint. Okay, so that's the first piece. Very colorful. Now here's the second piece with the collage. Now I like the fact that the matte medium disappears completely when I mount the tissue paper. So there you have it. I hope you liked this video. This was a lot of fun to do. I didn't have a very clear idea of the outcome, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I have one multi-layer piece and then another one that is a mixed media. So please give me a thumbs up and share this with your friends. And thank you for all you wonderful viewers who have submitted your pieces for everyone to enjoy and share. So thank you, and I hope to see you next time.